Hello viewers, today I am going to make a video for ICSE Class 10 History paper covering all the important questions from your civics portion in one shot. First thing I want to mention here that these things which I am going to give you in brief are just like headings for intelligent students who are expecting a centum, and these are like answers for other students who just want to score passing marks. So try to focus on these topics. First question. Name the organs of the three branches of the government: Legislature, Executive, and Judiciary. Next is explain what is the federal system of governance. Division of power at the union and the state level, two-tier system. What is Parliament? A representative body that makes laws for the country. How is the Lok Sabha elected? Lok Sabha is elected directly by the people, by universal adult franchise, by secret ballot. Next, what is the composition of the Parliament? Lok Sabha or House of People, Rajya Sabha or Council of State. One and the same thing. Lok Sabha is same as House of People, or you can say lower house. Rajya Sabha means Council of State, and next is President. How is the Rajya Sabha elected? Rajya Sabha is elected indirectly by the state legislative assemblies. Next, what is the term of Lok Sabha? 5 years, can be dissolved, can be extended. What is the term of each member of Lok Sabha? 5 years. What is the term of each member of Rajya Sabha? 6 years. What is the term of Rajya Sabha? It is a permanent house, cannot be dissolved. Every 2 years, 1/3 members retired. What is the composition of Lok Sabha? Maximum 550 members, 530 elected from the states and 20 elected from the union territories. What is the composition of Rajya Sabha? Maximum 250 members, 238 from the states, 12 are nominated by the president from specialized fields like arts, science, sports, literature, etc. What are the qualifications of the candidate for Lok Sabha? Citizen of India, should be above the age of 25 years, should be of sound mind, should not hold office of profit, should not be insolvent, means in debt, and should have name in electoral roll in any of the states. आपको पता है इस बार आपको twisted questions आएंगे, तो अगर वो ये पूछेंगे कि इस स्टेट का है तो क्या वो उस स्टेट के लिए खड़ा हो सकते हैं? यस, किसी भी स्टेट का आपका इलेक्टोरल रोल में नाम होना जरूरी है. Next is, what are the qualifications of the candidate for Rajya Sabha? Citizen of India, should be above the age of 30 years, should be of sound mind, should not hold office of profit, should not be insolvent, should have name in electoral roll. Which house is powerful and why? Lok Sabha is powerful house. Only Lok Sabha introduces money bill. Only Lok Sabha passes vote of no confidence. Which house is permanent and why? Rajya Sabha. It cannot be dissolved. Every 2 years, after every 2 years, the 1/3 members retire. List the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha. Only Lok Sabha introduces money bill. Only Lok Sabha passes vote of no confidence. In case of deadlock, will of Lok Sabha normally prevail as their strength is more than double of Rajya Sabha. List the exclusive powers of Rajya Sabha. Creates all India service. Make laws during emergencies. Declares state subject of national importance by resolution adopted by 2/3 majority. Explain the equal powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Elect president, vice president, impeachment to remove president, pass an ordinary bill, pass a resolution, ask questions, amendments. All these powers are equally distributed among Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Who summons or prorogues the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha? President on the advice of Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Next, what is the quorum of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha? So, minimum number of members required to transact any business of the house, and the strength is 1/10 of the total majority of the house. तो अगर हमारे 250 members हैं तो 1/3 means 25 members. अगर 550 हैं तो 1/10 means 55 members. Who is the presiding officer of Lok Sabha? Speaker, or in his absence, Deputy Speaker. Who is appointed as the Speaker? From amongst themselves. Who is the presiding officer of Rajya Sabha? Ex officio chairman or vice president. Explain the functions of the Speaker. Presides over the Lok Sabha meeting, decide whether the bill is a money bill or not, presides over the joint sitting of the houses, maintains decorum, allows questions. Next is, what is a joint sitting? When a deadlock over the ordinary bill. Who summons the joint session? President. Who presides over the joint sitting? Speaker. Explain the legislative powers of the Parliament. Make laws on the 97 subjects of Union list. Make laws on the 47 subjects of concurrent list. Make laws on residuary subjects and amends the Constitution. Explain the financial powers of the Parliament. Pass the annual budget, supplementary budget, fix salaries and allowances, permission for taxes. Explain how Parliament controls the executives. Asking questions, passing the vote of no confidence or otherwise government have to resign, passing censure motion, government have to resign, passing adjournment motion to lay aside all other business. Explain under what circumstances does the government resigns. When vote of no confidence motion is passed, when censure motion is passed. नाउ कमिंग टू द क्वेश्चन, मैं सारे क्वेश्चन एक ही वीडियो में कवर कर रही हूं ताकि ये आपको फुल रिवीजन देगा. एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग टर्म्स विद रेफरेंस टू लेजिस्लेचर और पार्लियामेंट. सो सम डेफिनेशंस इन वेरी ब्रीफ फॉर्म. समन, कॉल फॉर द मीटिंग ऑफ द हाउस. प्रोरोग, डिसकंटिन्यू अ सेशन ऑफ पार्लियामेंट विदाउट डिसॉल्विंग इट. प्रेसिडेंट करता है ये दोनों, समन और प्रोरोग आपको पता है अगर पार्लियामेंट का सेशन है तो. एडजॉर्न द हाउस, Speaker suspends the house due to disorder or death. Quorum, minimum number of members required for a business to transact. Session, meeting to transact a business. Types of sessions: budget session, monsoon session, winter session. Question hour, first hour reserved for questions raised by the members. Starred questions, type of questions. Starred question, member seeks an oral answer. Unstarred question, member seeks a written answer. And short notice question, member asks with a short notice to answer. Resolution, majority opinion expressed by the House on any matter. Impeachment, procedure of removal of President or judges of Supreme Court or High Court. Motion, formal proposal made by a member. Adjournment motion, discuss an urgent matter of public importance keeping the normal agenda aside. No confidence motion, members express their lack of confidence in the government after which the government has to resign. Cut motion, reduction of the grant. Censure motion, disapproval of a policy of a minister after which the minister or the government has to resign. Money bill, a bill related to the revenue and the expenditure of the money. Amendment, changes in the constitution. Union list has 97 subjects on which union government make laws. Then next is state list, and then concurrent list has 47 subjects on which the union and the state government make laws. Residuary list has the subjects that are not in any of the these lists. Interpellation, right to ask questions during question hour, calling attention notices, and half an hour discussion. Now coming from Union Legislature to Union Executive. First question, nominal head of the country or executive head of the country or head of the state or supreme commander of defense forces. All these four questions has a one single word answer is president. Next, term of office for the president or vice president is 5 years. Election of the president indirectly by electoral college. Elected members of Lok Sabha, अगर आपको पूछा जाएगा composition of electoral college. Elected members of Lok Sabha, elected members of Rajya Sabha, elected members of Legislative Assembly of the state. Elected member आपने जरूर mention करना है because nominated members के पास ऐसा कोई right नहीं है. Election of the vice president indirectly by elected members of Lok Sabha and elected members of Rajya Sabha. Why is the election of the president indirect? क्यों indirect elections conduct करवाए जाते हैं? To save time, to save money, to avoid being rival to the prime minister at the center. Why is the president a nominal head? Because President always works on the advice of Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. How is President removed? By impeachment. Resolution passed by both the houses of the Parliament, obviously by majority of 2/3, on proved misconduct or violation of कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. दोनों पॉइंट्स ग्राउंड हो सकते हैं कि किस पॉइंट पे हम इंपीचमेंट प्रोसीजर स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. तो सिर्फ मिसबिहेवियर नहीं लिखना, ऑन प्रूव्ड मिसबिहेवियर एंड वायलेशन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वालिफिकेशंस फॉर प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया, मिनिमम 35 years of age, not to hold office of profit, president to be a qualified member of लोक सभा. अगर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के लिए सारे पॉइंट सेम रहेंगे. किसके लिए आ जाएगा? वाइस प्रेसिडेंट टू बी क्वालिफाइड फॉर इलेक्शन एज ए मेंबर ऑफ द काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स. नेक्स्ट इज एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर्स ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट. एग्जीक्यूटिव हेड ऑफ द इंडियन यूनियन. Executive actions are taken in the name of the president, makes all the important appointments like prime minister, council of minister, governor, judges, lieutenant governors, judges, etc. Legislative powers of the president: give assent to the bills, issuing ordinances, summon and prorogue the house, president's special address. What's an ordinance? Temporary law having the same status as the Act of Parliament, passed by President when the Parliament is not in session. Discretionary powers of the President, क्योंकि इस बार बहुत ज्यादा उम्मीद है कि डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर्स प्रेसिडेंट की पूछी जा सकती हैं एग्जाम्स में आपसे. Works with consulting the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, use his wisdom and judgment, appoint the Prime Minister when there is no clear majority. Emergency powers, situations which require immediate attention of the government. At this time, President assumes extraordinary powers. Next is types of emergencies. National emergency, war or armed rebellion. Financial emergency, instability in finance, failure of constitutional machinery of the state. These are the three types of emergency. हालांकि emergencies last year पेपर में कवर हो चुकी हैं, तो फुल डिटेल में तो नहीं पूछी जा सकती हैं. Real head or most powerful institution, Prime Minister. Who becomes the Prime Minister? The leader of the majority party of Lok Sabha, appointed by the President. Now, function of the Prime Minister with reference to the President. Link between the President and the Cabinet. Advises to issue ordinances. Advise appointments. Advise dissolution of the House. Function of the Prime Minister with reference to the Council of Ministers. Select the ministers. Gives portfolios. Presides over Cabinet meetings. Shuffles departments. Function of the Prime Minister with reference to the nation. He is the rear executive, represents nation, announces foreign policies, opposition support during national crisis. Ex officio chairman of Niti Aayog and Atomic Energy Commission. Next is function of Prime Minister with reference to the Legislature or Lok Sabha. Leader of the House, comes to the rescue of ministers in case of debate, determines agenda with speaker or main spokesperson. Who appoints the Union Council of Ministers? Prime Minister select the ministers and President appoints. उस पर अपनी मोहर लगाएगा. Name the categories of the Council, Union Council of Ministers. 3. Cabinet Ministers, most important. Ministers of State, second category. Deputy Ministers, third category. What is the collective responsibility of the Union Cabinet? सबसे ज्यादा पूछा जाने वाला क्वेश्चन मेरी नजर में इस बार तो पक्का पेपर में आएगा. दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड इंडिविजुअल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. व्हाट इज कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू द यूनियन कैबिनेट? वर्क एज अ टीम, कलेक्टिवली रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू द हाउस ऑफ पीपल, लोक सभा. सेम आइडियोलॉजीज, swim and sing together. If no confidence motion is passed against one minister, the entire ministry resigns. What is the individual responsibility of the Union Cabinet? Individually responsible to the President. उसमें क्या था? लोकसभा. इसमें क्या है? President. इस word को keyword बनाओ. Answerable to the Parliament individually. Answerable for their own department. लाइक लैप्स है या कुछ भी डिसऑर्डर मेरी तरफ से हुआ है. फंक्शन ऑफ द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स विद रेफरेंस टू पॉलिसी मेकिंग: formulate policies for the country, formulates domestic and external policies, decides foreign policies. Cabinet is a policy making body. तो इसमें जितना भी आएगा पॉलिसी से रिलेटेड आएगा. Function of the Council of Ministers with reference to administration, मेकिंग एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ पॉलिसीज, क्योंकि हम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पावर्स की बात कर रहे हैं. मेकिंग एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ पॉलिसीज, कोऑर्डिनेट द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ वेरियस डिपार्टमेंट्स फॉर द स्मूथ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ पॉलिसीज. Appointments by the president are on the advice of cabinet only and maintains law and order. Next is function of the Council of Ministers with reference to legislative powers. Prepares and presents bill in the Parliament, recommends ordinances, presents amendments, prepares President's special address. Now, one difference between question is most important: Council of Ministers and Cabinet. So, Council of Ministers, it is a large body, Cabinet smaller body. Council of Ministers consists of Cabinet Ministers of State and Deputy Ministers. Cabinet consists of 15 to 18 senior most ministers holding portfolios. Council of Ministers may or may not be consulted by the Prime Minister. Cabinet Minister has to be consulted by the Prime Minister. And Council of Ministers rarely meet, but Cabinet frequently meet. Now coming to last chapter, Judiciary, meaning of independence of Judiciary. Not under executive or legislature, to protect democracy and to remain impartial. How is independence of judiciary ensured by the Constitution? The President appoints the judges. Judges can be removed through a very difficult process, impeachment. No discussion of conduct of judges in the Parliament. Salaries cannot vary to their disadvantage. Composition of judiciary: Supreme Court, High Court and subordinate courts. Highest Court of Appeal in India: Supreme Court. Highest Court of Appeal in State: High Court. Composition of Supreme Court: Chief Justice, 33 other judges and ad hoc judges at some times. Qualification for Supreme Court judges: citizen of India, High Court judge for at least 5 years, High Court advocate for at least 10 years and distinguished jurist in opinion of President. ये point हम कई बार अब नहीं भी लिखते हैं. Now composition of High Court: Chief Justice, other judges and additional judges. Qualification for High Court judge: citizen of India, subordinate court judge for at least 10 years and High Court advocate for at least 10 years. Who appoints the judges? President. Term of a Supreme Court judge till the age of 65 years. Term of a High Court judge till the age of 62 years. तो इसको भी क्वेश्चन को ट्विस्ट करके पूछा जाएगा कि अभी एक पर्सन 63 इयर्स का है, वो कितनी देर के लिए रह सकता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज? तो अगर अभी 63 का है तो वो हाई कोर्ट के लिए तो क्वालिफाई ही नहीं कर रहा और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के लिए वो सिर्फ 2 साल और काम करेगा. 65 में होते ही रिटायर उसको हटा दिया जाएगा. हाउ आर द जजेस रिमूव्ड? बाय इम्पीचमेंट. जो प्रेसिडेंट का है वही इनका प्रोसीजर है, इम्पीचमेंट. व्हाट इज द ओरिजिनल ज्यूरिसडिक्शन? केसेस दैट कम डायरेक्टली और फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस, केसेस रिलेटेड टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड केसेस रिलेटेड टू फंडामेंटल राइट्स. मैं सिर्फ हेडिंग्स शेयर कर रही हूं. What is appellate jurisdiction? Cases from the lower court to the higher court and all civil and criminal cases. What is the advisory jurisdiction? Supreme Court advises the President on important question of law, but it is not binding on the President. What is revisory jurisdiction? To review any judgment or order, to remove any mistake or error in the judgment, if any. What is judicial review? To review laws made by the Parliament to see if according to the Constitution, if not then they are null and void. What is a writ? Orders a particular person or institution to do or not to do a particular thing to protect the fundamental rights. Writs के नाम: habeas corpus, to have the body; mandamus, we order; prohibition to stop proceedings, but when they are going on, and certiorari to be informed of what is going on when the case has already been passed by the lower court, means order has already been passed by the lower court, then certiorari. If proceedings are still going on, then prohibition. This difference can be asked in writs कि prohibition और certiorari में क्या difference है. Then last is quo warranto, by what order. Explain court of record. Judgments are recorded for evidence and testimony. Cases are printed, preserved for future reference. Next is subordinate courts. Civil courts with district court as highest and criminal court with sessions court as highest. बीच में मैंने हाई कोर्ट का इसलिए कवर नहीं किया कि सारी पावर सेम है, हेडिंग सेम रहेंगी, आपको बीच की स्टेटमेंट में जो डिफरेंसेस है वो तो मेंशन करने पड़ेंगे. Civil court cases, marriage, divorce, wills, property, land transactions, money transaction, etc. Criminal court cases, theft, robbery, then assault and dacoity. Next is, what is Lok Adalat? It is people's court. Advantages of Lok Adalat: promote social justice by helping weaker sections, faster, cheaper, reduces burden of high court. With this, I conclude my today's video. Hope these questions will help you in final revision. Thank you for watching till the end. Keep watching, sharing and subscribe to my channel. Best of luck from my side for your tomorrow's paper. Thank you.